We've had the absolute joy of interviewing two of the authors of You, Me, and We, Morag Barrett and Ruby Vesely. Both conversations blew us away.
So today we are keeping that energy going. We both took the Ally Mindset test to find out how we show up as allies at work, and we are going to share the results. Hi, I'm Claude.
And I'm Jess.
We are corporate employees by day, entrepreneurs by night, and work besties for life.
Join us as we explore how work besties lift each other up, laugh through the chaos, and thrive together in every industry.
Work besties!
Welcome back, work besties. So if you've been following along, you know we've been deep diving into You, Me, and We, the book that sparked so many aha moments about friendship and allyship at work.
We've now talked with two of the three authors, Morag Barrett and Ruby Vesely. And each of them reminded us how real connection isn't just nice to have, is the foundation of every strong workplace.
Exactly. And after our chat with Ruby, we decided to take the Ally Mindset test ourselves and see how we both personally show up as allies. Yeah. Spoiler, it revealed a lot.
It really did. But at the same time, we kind of knew about it, right? We were not that surprised. So let's break down what this test measures and why it does matter.
First, let's give you some grounding on what the Ally Mindset test is. It's going to measure 5 key traits. It's going to go through your abundance and generosity, connection and compassion, courage and vulnerability, candor and debate, and action and accountability.
And all 5 link back to what Ruby and Morag call the 4 yeses. They are, can I count on you? Can I depend on you? Do I care about you? That one cracks me up. And do I trust you?
What I love about that framework is it's mutual. It's not just, can I say yes about you? It's, can I say yes about me as well?
Exactly. Allyship is built in the space between people, is the daily proof that your yeses go both ways.
And when even one of those yeses slips, when we can't fully depend on, care for, or trust each other, connection starts to erode.
Which is why awareness matters more than perfection, and why it is important to take the test. All right. What did your Ally Mindset test reveal?
We talked about it goes through the 5 different traits, and then it gives you what your strengths, so the ones that you have the highest percentages in and the lowest. And I think we both decided that we're not going to share the exact percentages, but we instead went through what we had as our top strengths. So my top 2 were connection and compassion. So I really lead with empathy and build trust quickly.
Which is so true.
My second one was courage and vulnerability. I'm open about my own challenges. And then my areas that I really needed to work on is the candor and debate. And I see myself do this at times. I'm sugarcoat feedback versus directly being honest. That's an area of working on. And then the last one where I have the most opportunity is action and accountability. I need to be a little bit more consistent on that follow through and maybe not overcommitting to so many things.
Well, it's also because you have so much, right? You're working with a lot of teams, so it's hard sometimes to say no.
Right. So that's the one thing too, when you're taking this, you want to think about it in at least when we chose to take it, we thought about it in the workplace of where we work from our 9 to 5, not in our relationship.
9 to 5.
Yes. So when you think about that, everybody's role is a little bit different. There's challenges constantly going on, which I think is what's so cool about this quiz is you probably could take it day to day and have different results.
Totally.
But at the same time, it gives you those areas of where you can lean in on a little bit more versus those that you want to really be cognizant of and work on.
I like also your strength, warm and thoughtful, and really having this empathy with the team.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that. I do think my biggest strengths really are that connection and compassion. And what we've talked about before, I definitely have that courage. I don't suffer with imposter syndrome. But I try to really build that trust and lead with empathy and openness when I'm in there. But I also do agree with my areas of opportunity. I know for a fact that I overcommit. And as you commented about, I do support multiple different teams. And there are times where I commit to certain things, but then something even more pressing comes out. So I have to reassess the workload and prioritization daily, if not multiple times a day.
Yeah.
And that's hard.
Yeah, I would not like to be you. That sucks.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
But it's the real reflection, right? Because sometimes caring very deeply makes it harder to deliver the tough truth.
Right.
But there can be
both
ways, because at the end it goes back to truth, to trust as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can have empathy and then your team trusts you to tell you the hard truth as well.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think what this did make me reflect on, though, is even though I know and my team sits there and does the reprioritization and reflection multiple times a day, that it does at times make it look like from the outside that maybe I can't be relied on or counted on. So that's something for this whole learning, I do need to take that step back and learn how can I leverage my empathy to really be a part of that follow through process too, and maybe bring those people into the journey to say, I'm committing to it today, but keep in mind as the day progresses or the week progresses, I may have to assess when and what I can do.
Yep. And it goes to accountability.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
All right, my friend. Now it is your turn. What did you find out from your results?
So, and not that much surprise there. My biggest one was connection and compassion as well, because I really do care about people's well-being. And I always try to make it also fun at the same time. Having conversation, for me, it's important because we are just 3 to 5 jobs. We are more fun with our coworkers, our team, than with our family. So you want to have fun. And then my second one was candor and debate. I'm comfortable in being direct in some ways, because I have this empathy with my team. My team knows that and trusts me, and they know that when I mean something, I really mean. And I sometimes don't sugarcoat as much. I'm being nice about it, of course, but I'm very factual. And I do think that my team appreciate that. My growth area is courage and vulnerability. Sometimes I hold back emotionally because I don't want to burden others. So that is a fault also. I always had this kind of delegating. I'm afraid, because I have empathy, I'm afraid to burden my team. So I will sometimes do the work, or because I forgot to tell them and now the timing is too tight. So I will do it because I feel like it's not fair on them. And then the second one is action and accountability. I tend to procrastinate. So I'll wait until the last minute to do a project. I still do it. It's still, I think, done correctly, but I'll go crazy until it's done. Unfortunately, that's something that I've been dealt with since even I was in college.
Yeah, I think you brought that up in a different episode too, how
Yeah.
that's something that you try and work on as well.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it works, so I don't learn my lesson.
Well, that feels very on brand for you. You happen to be very warm, and I get you're direct, but you definitely are still warm when you do it.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that you lean in on where you're much stronger than me is you're never afraid to say what those others are thinking. So I did notice that the majority of our results were similar, but I think we had some slight tweaks, which really the main difference was the
candor and debate.
Yes, the courage and vulnerability from me. The only two that were like slightly flip-flop between the two of us, which is interesting. So I feel like that goes back to some of the things we've talked about in the past too, and what we both lean in on. and how we've both been working on different parts of ourselves. It's interesting because the area that I know I still need to be better about is being that direct and building that relationship from that perspective.
Yeah.
So it's cool that we have the complementary element.
If you take that test, it's really, really interesting because you're going to learn all those different yeses, but also what it means.
Yeah.
And also, you can go back and see, it's not only about the others, about yourself as well. So that I think it's really cool because I can see that I'm strong for the others, but not for myself.
Let's look at candor and debate first.
So question your status quo. Yeah, so that is for myself. Ask for what you need and then recalibrate relationship expectations.
Yeah. So I feel like, I don't know, from my perspective on the myself, like focusing on what I'm doing for me, I don't know that I have the issues. It's got to be on the others.
So on the others is ask what's working and what's not working.
I definitely do that. I do that.
Yeah. Do that. Seek to increase shared understanding of other perspective, especially during disagreement.
I do.
Name and address the elephant in the room.
That's probably it. I'm not great about that.
Yeah. So I do that, but I make it in a sneaky way.
Okay.
Like I'll ask a question when I know the answer so that people will answer and they'll find out by themselves the elephant in the room.
You're asking them a question that gets them to specifically say, oh, I see the elephant right there.
Correct.
Got
Instead of saying,
so it's almost
being rude.
It's
and
not
saying,
a yes, no, but it's open-ended of what the result, what you created, what is that result and how will it apply to this elephant?
Like I won't say, hey, that won't work.
Right. Right.
That's the elephant in the room. And I'm like, but I'll be sneaky. I'm like, okay, so what happens?
This out.
Play it out.
I love that. Okay. That's smart. All right. You're helping me.
And then finally is provide clarity through powerful questions and articulating your perspective. So it's kind of what I said, even that.
But I feel like I do that. I think it depends on if the feedback is the part that I probably am the weakest in, but I definitely do articulate to people.
But so I just want to make sure that's your growth opportunity.
Yeah.
But when we look at percentage, you're still in the average. It's not like you're...
Oh, yeah. It was above the average.
You're still above the average.
Right.
So,
but it's still like...
You can make it stronger.
I wasn't 80 to 100%.
Yeah.
So if we wanted to work on one area of that, what would be the... I think what we're trying to do is deduce where that...
Where you can make it better.
The gap is to help make it better. Yeah. All right, so let's do yours. Yours is...
So mine was...
Courage and vulnerability. Let's go through what that is, and then you can kind of do the same assessment that I was trying to figure out. Okay, so being a friend to yourself. Do you feel like the courage and vulnerability is more on yourself or to others? Want me to ask
I think it's more on myself. Okay,
let's ask the question. So the first one is show more of who you really are.
So I'm kind of an open book.
Yeah, I don't think
people that wouldn't not be an issue. So I share too much actually.
Speak your truth to self and others. I think you do that.
I do that.
Expand your comfort zone.
I do that.
Honor your beliefs and values.
Not always. So, like honor my beliefs. So, for example, in a work setting, there is something that has to be done. I don't agree. I will say once time, 2 times, 3 times, and say my point of view. But at the end, they sign my paycheck. So after saying I don't agree, I'll do it. Obviously, if it's not like
illegal or
hurting someone.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean by that one.
No, but I have to do the disclosure.
No, I know. Okay. So do you think it's more on that? We can go over what the other ones are too, just in case. So being a friend to others, encourage others to share their truth by creating a safe space. That. Model vulnerability by sharing your own challenges and uncertainties.
I do that.
Support informed risk taking.
Nah, maybe not. Support informed. What does that mean?
Support informed risk. So it would be like those that are risk taking, you support them even if it might not be the right approach.
Yeah, that maybe not. That might be the one where I'm not that good at.
Okay. And then be honest in feedback, especially when the conversation may be difficult. So I think you're strong in that one. So it's
I'm
probably
stronger, but I still don't like it.
doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know that this rated us based on what we like to do versus don't.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Well, I will
was it,
procrastinate, but at the end of the day, I will do it.
Right. Well, I think well, that goes to what we both had as the largest opportunities, which was the action and accountability. And I think we both agreed that those are things that we actively are aware of and working on, which I think we both already called out, but it's probably worth it to say, go through what these lists are so it ties back to it.
And it's going to be more on ourselves than on the other people.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll go through the friend to others first, because we know we probably are okay with that. And then we can talk about that. Okay. So being the friend to others is demonstrate peer accountability, have your colleagues back, provide reminders on their goals as needed. We definitely do that a lot. We've talked about how when we were on the same team, we used to send emails exactly at the same time to make sure and keep each other accountable to do it at the exact date that was needed.
Exactly. And reminding the other one, because we didn't want one to look better than the other.
Yeah. So from a peer perspective, not an issue. I think you and I are strong on this, but we'll go through this. Yeah. Okay. Go first. Take personal responsibility for the health of your professional relationships. I can say I see you doing this already, and me as well. Like, this is just showcasing that you still are helping others at the same time as keeping yourself strong. Yeah. Strive for joint ownership versus individual blame.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely both do that.
And to fault, actually. Like, at the end of the day, I do believe that when you're a manager and you're managing people, at the end of the day, it's a reflection on you, right? So I know that if for example, my boss or whatever would say, hey, that wasn't done, what I'm going to say is yep, it's on me on that one because I didn't explain well or I didn't give. So, and I think it shows maturity, right? And being there for your team.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the joint ownership versus individual blame, especially when it's warranted. But and then the last one is celebrating others' successes and joint wins, which we definitely both do for sure. Yeah.
And I know I say that several times in all the other podcasts, what I like doing, and I see now my team doing that. When someone goes above and beyond, I will send them an email and CC the boss. We tend to always say something went wrong, but not when it goes well. So I always make sure I do that. I do being a friend to yourself.
Perfect.
Create new patterns or rituals through continuous learning and practice.
I don't know about you, but I definitely do that. So that's not where I'm falling. Because I do, anytime things didn't work, I do a quick assessment of why and create new rituals of how to fix it.
Yeah. Always at the end, not everything is always going to go right. So how can we make it understood? Practice brutal focus. That's where I'm not so good at it.
I don't know how you can do that in any organization, though. People are in meetings nonstop and still expected to have answers to things while you're in meetings during that day. At the end of the day, you're constantly doing 2 to 3 things at one time. It's really hard. But if you block out the time, yes, there's tips and tricks we could do to try and get to that, but it's a harder one to accomplish. All right. So celebrate small wins.
I don't.
About yourself?
Yeah, no. I'm like, it's my job. I'll do it to myself. Sometimes I'm like, yes, I'm happy, but not on everything.
You do, but you don't do it consistently. Like, there was one time I remember you telling your team, oh, look what I did, and you're so proud of it.
I know, it was so stupid.
I do that. Yeah, I do it probably more so to my peer set and or my boss than maybe to the team. So I probably should celebrate more with the team. Yeah. But I do celebrate the small wins because goodness knows you need something that helps keep you going.
Remember when I was so proud of myself? I did tell you.
Yeah.
When I could pull from that database.
I was thinking about some deck that you had done that you were super excited about.
No, for me it was the pull of the database.
All right. What's the last one?
Hold yourself accountable to do what you say you will.
That's where I get inundated with tasks, projects from many different teams. So every day I have to sit there and reassess. Okay, I did commit to you that I would have this to you by the end of the day, but somebody asked for something that's going directly to the CEO, so yours gets trumped. So the problem that I have is I have to constantly go back and say, here's the new date I can hit. So, and some of that's a resourcing versus a true reality, but it does look like an accountability issue because it looks like I'm avoiding or not doing when that's usually not. It's never not the case. I'm always working.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
For me, I'll do, okay, let me get back to you. I'll give it to you later on.
But the majority, and you were in one of these meetings, of the people will say,
I need this
date. And they're, even
I
when
was
I
in
say,
one of them, say, okay, where's the deck? It's Friday.
You can say it was you were one of them where I said it's unrealistic for me to have this by your date. What's an actual date? Or I just can't do it. And your response was, great, I still need it by that date.
Yep.
So that doesn't seem to work. Maybe that goes back to my issue with some of the other opportunities I have, calling people out. But yeah, it's an interesting.
You can call me out. I still did.
I did, and everyone on my peer set was like, "You were so close, girl. You were so close." Yeah. All right. Anyway, so now we've gone through ours. It's time for you, Work Bestie, to do the same thing. Again, we'll link in our show notes how to take the Ally Mindset test. It's super easy. It's free. You get the results like instantly. And
it's fun.
It is fun. And it does make you reflect on things.
Oh, totally. And also what you can do better. Because at the end, we're always there to try to better ourselves.
Yeah. And if you're interested, as we mentioned, we did have episodes with both 2 out of the 3 authors. Eric, we're coming at you next. We had interviews with Morag and Ruby, and we will link those as well. They are fantastic, both of them. And we learned so much.
Yeah, go back and listen to those episodes. In the meantime, take the test, speak about it with your work besties, and also tag us. Tag at Work Besties podcast. And tell us your top ally mindset trait, because we would really love to hear from you and where you shine and where you want to work on.
And maybe if you have tips and tricks for us.
Yeah. Let's go back to the little community, right? And helping each other.
Yeah, because being a great ally and a great friend definitely go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. And until next time,
keep showing up and keep connecting.
And remember, work is always better with your work bestie by your side.
Remember, whether you're swapping snacks in the break room, rescuing each other from endless meetings, or just sending that perfectly timed meme, having a work bestie is like having your own personal hype squad.
So keep lifting each other up, laughing through the chaos, and of course, thriving. Until next time, stay positive, stay productive, and don't forget to keep supporting each other.